As the sun spills over the rugged hills of Khairpur, the silhouette of Kot Diji Fort rises, an echo of Sindh's timeless resilience. Step by step we walk through its ancient gates, where sandstone walls whisper stories of warriors, traders, and kings. Each brick, each bastion carries the weight of centuries, guarding the Indus Valley's heritage. This is not just a fort, it is a living chronicle of pride, struggle, and survival. Today we journey through Kot Diji, where history breathes in every stone and the spirit of Sindh still stands tall. After exploring Sakur city, my journey continues toward Kot Diji Fort. I stop for a simple breakfast at a roadside restaurant along the National Highway N5, fuel for the road ahead. Back on my motorbike, the ride carries me deeper into Khairpur, a land renowned for its lush date palm orchards. Here, the fertile soil thrives under Pakistan's vast canal irrigation system, turning the desert into fields of abundance. The distance from Suku to Kot Diji Fort is covered smoothly, about 52 kilometers. The road is in good condition, making the ride both steady and scenic. With every passing mile, history draws closer, waiting beyond the fields. Walking through the date orchards of Khairpur, the palms stand tall and quiet, their branches resting after the season's yield. Though no fruit hangs today, these gardens remain alive with history and promise. The fertile soil, nourished by Pakistan's canal irrigation system, sustains these towering trees year after year. Farmers here know the rhythm of patience, waiting for the cycle to return. Tending the land with care, even in this pause, Khairpur's orchards speak of abundance, resilience, and the timeless bond between people and the land. From a distance, Kot Diji Fort rises above the Rohri Hills, its sandstone walls glowing in the sun. The closer I ride, the more its grandeur unfolds, a timeless guardian watching over Sindh's fertile plains. Even from afar, the fort commands respect, inviting me into centuries of history. As I step through the mighty gates of Kot Diji Fort, I enter a world built more than 2 centuries ago. These walls were raised between 1785 and 1795 by Mir Sohrab Khan Talpur, the founder of the Talpur dynasty in Khairpur. He named it Fort Ahmadabad, though today it is remembered simply as Kot Diji Fort. Built on the hills, overlooking the town of Kot Diji, this fortress was designed as a military stronghold. Its purpose was clear: to guard Sindh against invasions and to secure Talpur rule in the region. Walking along these sandstone ramparts, you can feel the strategic genius behind their construction. The fort sits high above fertile plains, commanding views of the Indus Valley and the edge of the Thar Desert. Its bastions and watchtowers were positioned to detect enemies from miles away. In fact, Kot Diji was considered nearly impregnable in its time, a symbol of Sindh's resilience and pride. But Kot Diji's importance goes beyond the Talpur era. Beneath this fort lies an archaeological site dating back to the pre-Harappan civilization around 2500 to 2800 BCE. That means this very ground connects us not only to medieval Sindh, but to one of the earliest chapters of human settlement in South Asia. Few places in the subcontinent carry such dual significance, both as a military citadel and as a cradle of ancient civilization. As I walk deeper inside, the fort's layout reveals its story. Narrow passages, steep stairways, and massive gates were all designed to slow down invaders. The walls stretch nearly 30 feet high, built from locally quarried stone, and they remain firm against the passage of time. Imagine the soldiers who once patrolled these corridors. The flags of Talpur rule flying proudly above. Kot Diji Fort was never actually attacked in battle. Its sheer presence was enough to deter enemies. Another fascinating detail is that the fort was built with 3 defensive layers: outer walls, inner bastions, and a central citadel, making it one of the most secure forts of its age. Even today, you can see the remains of cannons and storage areas that hint at its military readiness. Beyond its defensive role, Kot Diji Fort became a cultural landmark. It symbolized the Talpur dynasty's authority and Sindh's identity. For the people of Khairpur, it was not just a fortress, but a reminder of their heritage, standing tall against the backdrop of date palm orchards and fertile lands nourished by canal irrigation. Walking along these silent stones, I am reminded that Kot Diji is more than history. It is memory. It tells us how Sindh defended itself, how civilizations rose and fell, and how heritage endures. Today, it stands as one of Pakistan's most treasured monuments, inviting travelers, historians, and dreamers to step back in time. I want to share some info about the Talpur dynasty, which built this Kot Diji Fort. The Talpur dynasty rose to power in Sindh in 1783 after defeating the Kalhora rulers at the Battle of Halani. Originating from the Balok tribes, the Talpurs established themselves as the new guardians of Sindh, ruling until 1843, when the British annexed the region. Their capitals shifted between Hyderabad, Khairpur, and Mirpur Khas, reflecting their influence across the land. The dynasty was led by the Mirs, noble chiefs who governed with a blend of tribal traditions and Persian-influenced administration. Mir Fateh Ali Khan Talpur was among the most prominent leaders, consolidating Sindh under Talpur authority and strengthening its defenses. The Talpurs were known for their resilience, their patronage of Sindhi culture, and their efforts to preserve local autonomy against external powers. Under their rule, Sindh flourished as a center of trade and agriculture, sustained by the Indus River and canal irrigation. They encouraged the use of Sindhi and Persian in administration, leaving behind a legacy of literature, architecture, and cultural pride. Even after the British conquest, the Khairpur branch of the Talpurs continued as a princely state until 1955, keeping their heritage alive well into modern Pakistan. The Talpur dynasty remains a symbol of Sindh's identity. Leaders who defended their land, nurtured its traditions, and left monuments and memories that still stand today.
वो पत्थर का घर पे है ना
As I leave these walls, I carry with me the echo of centuries, the Talpur dynasty's vision, the whispers of ancient civilizations, and the pride of Sindh etched into every stone. Kot Diji Fort is not just a place to visit. It is a story to experience, a guardian of history that still watches over the land. Sharing the heritage and stories of Sindh. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comments and join me in keeping our culture alive.